I'm Nathan Baca in Riverside. It's been 28 years, but Jimmy Hughes is finally in a local jail, standing trial for a triple murder. We'll have more on our exclusive investigation.
It's 5 o'clock. Time for news.
Now, from the Desert's news leader, KESQ News Channel 3 HD, live at 5.
Good evening. I'm Karen Devine.
And I'm John White. We're getting a look tonight at a former security official turned preacher who's now accused of killing a Cabazon tribal leader and 2 other people back in 1981.
Jimmy Hughes will be arraigned in court tomorrow on murder charges. Now, News Channel 3's Nathan Baca first broke this story a year ago. He's live here with the latest developments.
Karen, John, this has been 28 years in the making. One man now in a local jail for the 1981 murders of Cabazon Indian Vice Chairman Fred Alvarez and friends Patty Castro and Ralph Boger. Detectives call it a proud day for the Riverside County Cold Case Squad. Deputies lead Jimmy Hughes in handcuffs through the Riverside Jail parking lot on his way to be booked for murder. The Christian ministry leader arrived on Ontario Airport late Saturday night. Police in Miami arrested him in September. Extradition took 3 months, but Hughes is now here and preparing for his arraignment. Detective John Powers led the team and walks in front. Detective Tim Browse tells us how they finally snagged Hughes.
When, as the result of a immigration hit on Mr. Hughes' passport, we were notified by Customs and Immigration that Mr. Hughes was going to be attempting to leave Miami-Dade International Airport in Florida the following day. This resulted in a mad scramble for us to get out there and hopefully effect his arrest prior to him returning to Honduras.
Hughes worked as security chief of the Cabazon Band of Mission Indians in the 1980s. The arrest warrant alleges Hughes worked with 2 others to murder Tribal Vice Chairman Fred Alvarez, who was blowing the whistle on weapons deals involving the tribe. This TV interview from the 80s is now prosecution evidence.
One deal in particular, we had some dignitaries from Nicaragua and Honduras come down. We had a demonstration in Lake Cahuilla with some night vision equipment and weapons.
Alvarez's friends Ralph Boger and Patty Castro also died. Boger's daughter Rachel got the cold case reopened recently after gathering evidence on her own. There are 2 complications in prosecuting Hughes. First, Jimmy Hughes is distantly related to Riverside County District Attorney Rob Pacheco. The state attorney general's office will handle this case. Second, prosecutors once offered Hughes immunity, believing he was a material witness.
I think Mr. Hughes has quite a bit of information with respect to what occurred in the Alvarez case. We have talked to Mr. Hughes. The Riverside authorities have talked to Mr. Hughes. We think that he does have a lot of useful and worthwhile information about the matter.
But for now, detectives are declaring victory, catching a man they believe murdered 3 people and hid in the open for 28 years.
It's a proud day for the cold case unit and frankly for the Riverside County Sheriff's Department, from Sheriff Stan Sniff all the way down to the rank and file.
Jimmy Hughes is scheduled to be arraigned in an Indio courtroom tomorrow afternoon. Now, we also have the unedited video provided by the Sheriff's Department of Jimmy Hughes arriving in Riverside on our website, KESQ.com.
A lot of twists and turns in this case. What took so long?
Well, it took a long time because they needed to not only gather that evidence, but there is some mystery in why it took so long, because we heard from the detectives saying that Jimmy Hughes should have been arrested for this crime in the 80s. That's going to be discussed quite a bit, not only in the court, but also in our future stories.
He's also been out of the country for a long time as well.
He's been out of the country, but he's made several trips to the United States. So it's not as if he's been hiding out for a while, and he's even had on his own website. He's confessed to killing people. He just doesn't say who.
Wow. Okay. Nathan Baca, thank you so much.
Thank you, Nathan.